you ready for us?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome everyone to this week's Table Talk. We've got Shannon with us again and Shelley. And in the coming weeks, we'll have introduce you to some more of our store people, our
Employees,
investors, our friends.
Yes.
But we'll get started today. Want to thank everyone who attended Garden of Quilts. That was so much fun.
It was.
It was just so well attended and just really fun. I'm honestly looking forward to next year already. So
I know.
I think they've got the dates up
great.
too. So
Yes.
Yeah.
mark
And
your
just
calendar.
a lot of out of town people.
We did. I was surprised. I had a class. My first class was 19 people for my embroidery class, and I only had 2 people that were local.
Wow.
So 17 people
Yeah,
from out of
amazing.
state, which was
That's
just crazy.
crazy.
I
Which
didn't
is, and
expect
it's
that.
so fun because while you were at Garden of Quilts, the two of you were there, I was here in the store
Yes.
and a lot of people came in. It was so neat to meet people, so many out of town people.
Yeah, that was
and
fun.
I've done online
Yes.
orders for so long. It's been, it was really nice to actually get
See
faces.
faces.
Yeah.
See people,
It
yeah.
was really, really
Yeah.
fun.
So this was the class I taught, which we now have the kits in the store. And we will be posting separately a video on this covering your hoop with the
I'm
fabric.
excited to see that.
So super simple and fun. We'll post that later. At the end of this, we'll talk about the new stitch along because we get lots of questions about that. But first of all,
Okay.
let's go with what we've been working on.
Okay.
Shannon, what have you been working on?
Okay, so I repainted my whole house, and as a result, I had to
Big project.
shove all my sewing room projects in the closet. And as I was pulling them out, things were falling out of the closet, and I was like, "Why have I not done this?" So I've been working on projects that I'd forgotten that I had. So the first one is this one. This was when your sister Holly worked here
Yeah.
in the store.
Oh, yeah.
This was a kid back then. So I mean, that was a long
was a few
time
years
ago.
ago.
I'm trying to figure out which way it goes.
I remember that. I love that.
It was a
Yeah.
really,
So
really fun
cute.
kit. Oh, it goes this way. And this was, remember I talked about I like quilt in a day projects.
Yeah.
This is kind of a quilt in a
That's
day
cute.
project.
I need to get this pattern back in. That's really cute.
It was just fun, and it was just one of these little cards, you know.
Uh-huh.
I kind of feel like a lot of these cards are just kind of a quilt in a day
Yeah.
project. But when it fell out of my closet, it also had the backing.
Oh,
So
wow.
I mean, I had everything to complete this. So I did.
good job.
I got it done, and yeah.
Awesome.
I
so-
love finishing up those
Yes.
projects that
Yes.
have been
Yes.
waiting so
And
long.
I kind of have a lot of stuff that I've collected because I figure when my girls get older, I want them to each have like holiday quilts and
Right.
stuff. So when I bought this, it was on sale because it was after Halloween, and it was great. I
Perfect.
loved it. So,
Perfect.
so that fell out of my closet, and then
That's cool.
another thing.
And that quilt is called
Something
Something
positive.
Positive by
Yes.
Villa Rosa. I'll get some more of those in because looking at this cover,
I don't really.
I don't think
Right.
I would do that. But seeing this quilt, super cute.
Really cute.
Well, and I think
Yes.
that's the thing too that you have to keep in mind with their patterns. Is a lot of times I'm not a fan of the quilt on the front.
Right. Yeah.
But if you have to kind of really look at what you're going to get.
Yeah.
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 So the other project I had, I have a couple cousins that I
Mm-hmm.
meet together and have lunch with, and they decided they want to do a quilting project. So I've had this pattern forever. Actually, the first time I made this pattern, it's by Kimberbell, and it's called Count Your Blessings, and I actually made it for the store. Again, when
Yeah.
Holly was working here,
Yeah.
so it was a long time ago. And but it's just a quick, really, really easy pattern, and so my cousins wanted to try it. And so we all picked out our own fabric, and they came over yesterday, and it was a slower process because they don't really quilt. And I had tried to kind of have prep, and it didn't take me very long, but it's a really good one for beginners. So this is as far as we got.
Oh, I think you got a lot
So
done then.
yeah, so we don't have the turkey on yet, but we got this much of the runner done. But when this bag fell out with this quilt, another bag fell out, and I realized I had purchased stuff to make another table runner.
Oh my goodness.
From when you originally did
From
it.
yeah, from
Oh, that's
from
funny.
a few years ago. So this was just kind of fun. So now I have it in 2
Yeah.
colors, and the thing that's fun is they're so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fabrics are so
absolutely.
different, and so my middle daughter, she kind of wanted one of these table runners, and so last night I was showing her what I'd done. I said, you can pick one, and she's like, I don't know, they're both so different, and I
Yeah,
like them
they're
both because the colors are fun. So
And they fell from the sky.
and they fell from the sky.
Or
and,
the closet.
And
whatever,
yes,
you know.
and with this, the fat quarters, because it takes 10 fat quarters, which is nice. And when you do it, it's the 10 fat quarters give you the whole thing, including
Yeah.
binding and backing.
Awesome.
So it's a great project.
That's cool.
But when this bag fell out, there were also all these cuts of fabric, and I couldn't remember what they were for. And I think I found the quilt. So tune in another time to see what it was that I
else
found
fell
in the
out of
closet.
Yeah,
Yes.
we need a new thing falling from Shannon's closet.
Yeah, what's in Shannon's closet. So the real and it was, last time I was here, you talked a little bit about how you like to have a quick project in between something that takes more time. And I got to thinking about that. I thought, I do that too. And so these were fast projects, and I had been working on this, and I kind of needed a break because I wasn't finishing, and sometimes I just need to finish something.
You need that finish.
So this one was a kit we
yes.
had last year, and I decided I wanted to make it for my bed. So I bought stuff to make a queen size quilt.
Yeah.
And so this is by Maple Cottage Designs. It's called an Evergreen Christmas
Yeah,
quilt.
that was a very popular
It's
quilt
really,
last year. We
really
sold so many
cute.
of those kits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Really pretty.
So I have, my girls call these the peppermint. They think they're little peppermint
Peppermints.
pinwheels. So they kind of look like that. So I have all of the pinwheels done. I have my little gingham
Yep.
squares already. And then I also have cut out and trimmed and sewn all of my half square triangles
For your trees.
for my trees. And so I've got them all color sorted. There's 4 different colors. Yes, 4 different colors.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping
That's
to kind of,
good.
so I think this is where I'm going to go next.
Yeah. And that's going to be a queen.
It's going to be queen.
Awesome.
I'd like to get it done and have it on my bed for Christmas this year.
That'd be
So
fun.
tune in another time to
Yeah.
see if I
There
get
you
it
go.
completed in time.
Well, you put it
Or if I
on
wait till
camera,
next
so now
time.
you're kind of like,
I know,
Yeah.
and my
That reminds me, we here at some plays we get together and we have a tendency to buy the same things for each other, and we
We
get
do.
together and we sew on that same project. So it reminds me, last year we bought fabric and stuff. There's like 4 of us, and we bought fabric and stuff for this wreath quilt, and I can't remember the name of it. And
It's
speaking
cute.
of falling out of the closet, I found that fabric for that. And I
Yeah.
was like, we need to do that this year. So I'm telling everybody, remember.
We need to.
So
We do.
yeah.
And
So funny
I
to
don't think I bought. Kathy and I think we're missing the backing. So
the backing.
we're gonna have to find backing, but
Okay.
yeah.
get on it, ladies.
We need to get on
Get
it.
on
We need to get on it. So anyway, but.
Good job.
That's kind of
Some
kind of
good
it for me. I'm going
finishes,
to move
yeah.
some of this because I know we've got other things to show.
Okay.
and we were going to each kind of share a tool that we're enjoying working with. You've got a new tool for your
So yes, so I was,
gift to yourself.
I know. So I was telling Sandy my birthday's in a couple of weeks, and my husband never knows what to get me, and I have been eyeing this. So I
Yeah.
think I'm going to buy this today so he can wrap it up and surprise me with it.
There you go.
So this is a really cool tool. It's a Sue Daley, and it rotates. So as I was doing all those half square triangles and having to trim, it would have been really, really easy to put them on here, and then you can just spin it and trim, and easy to use at a table, I'm thinking,
Right,
or
yeah.
on my cutting table, when you're standing. I think you can do
It's
either.
even this has enough body to it that you can even do it on your lap.
Oh,
It's big enough to do on your lap because you can turn it. So sitting watching TV, which I'm all about.
yeah.
Right.
Watching me some Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's a good thing. I want this bigger one myself, and I'm
So there,
telling myself I can't have it right now, but I will be getting it before too long. But yeah, the smaller one I have, and I love it.
And
so
I
I know I'll
have
love
the
it.
smaller one. So what do you think that you would use between the two? Like, what would be the difference? Do I need a smaller one too?
No, if you've
I
got
don't think
this
so.
one, I think you're set.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so
I
too.
yeah.
And then just speaking of half square triangles, just easy square up, and it's hanging back there. But the block locks,
Oh,
Yeah.
love
tools,
block
the
lock.
templates
Yeah.
are really, really nice to help square
Yeah.
it up and makes it
Yeah.
fast and
And
easy.
that's true, and that's
So-
what I did use when I did
Did
all
you?
of my half
The
square
block
triangles.
locks, they're-
Yeah.
I
They're the
don't.
best.
They
Yeah, I
are.
don't think that
Yes.
I would do it without them.
Yeah.
I think it would drive me crazy
Yeah.
because there's too many.
And it's
Yes,
kind of like,
I love mine.
because they're not cheap.
They're not.
They're not,
But
they're
once you
worth the
use
investment.
once you use them, you're like worth every penny.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
for sure.
And I
For
think
sure,
that
yeah.
so you kind of just for at least for me,
Uh-huh.
I think of tools that I want, and I get maybe 1 or 2 for my birthday or 1 or 2 for
Yeah.
Christmas. And so
Right.
over time, you can
Right.
kind of
You
get
can
your,
build up those.
Yeah.
and get
The
tools you want.
non-essentials, but they
Right.
make it so much easier.
Right.
Okay, Shelly, what are you working on?
Well, I have just been finishing up, like all the quilts that I have shown you over the last couple of times that weren't finished and stuff. Those all have been
bound.
finished
Yay.
up and bound. So like this one,
Cute
has all been
back.
bound up.
Love the
Yeah.
I love the little butterflies
minky
on
is
it.
got
Except for
little
you don't
butterflies
like
in
to
it.
touch that minky.
I'm not a big Minky fan, but I
Shannon's
do put
funny.
a lot of Minky on it quilts.
She
When
uses
people
a
want-
lot, but she can't touch it.
But she doesn't
So
like the feel of
crazy.
it. So.
Yeah. So, and you know what? I have to say, we have really sweet ladies in the store that when they see a customer come up with a big bowl of Minky, somebody always steps in for me.
Because we know, we just laugh because
They
we
know
know
I
Shannon's
don't
going.
love it. So,
Yeah,
yes.
probably. What? You can't touch
So
it.
I am well loved here.
Okay, and then we just had these little placemats.
Those are cute.
What was this line called?
This is all for Christmas.
Oh, so there they are. So we have those. We just picked a back for it, and then we had them quilted, and then we're gonna bind them in these cute little stars. So we will
cute.
have that ready to go.
Really cute.
Here in the next
So how
little
many
while
you get
for
on
those.
a panel? You get
Looks
2,
like you-
4, 6 of them.
6 of them, yeah.
And they're so cute.
Yeah.
That's
so they
Jay
just
Wecker
have
Frisch. They're just that fun vintage
vintage look. Yeah.
look for Christmas.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep. And then here is sorry.
Oh, the
Oh,
boy
yeah, the
version.
boy
Here's the little
version.
boy version that we got done, and this I just did to Minky as well, and just kind of did just a little all around pattern on
Yeah.
that. This one I haven't got the binding. I mean, I've got it sewn on, and I do not machine bind. I do hand. So
I like
I love. Sorry, they fell on the floor right under in front of Sandy.
Oh, are
Sorry,
they?
hold on.
I'll kick them to you, Shell. There they go.
Okay.
I got them.
All right. So I was just going to show off these little notions. They're called binding clips. And then they're just little, but I love these because you can put them on your binding. Let me turn this around so I can kind of show you how I do this. But I will so you just fold your binding back and you put a clip on it and you just keep going around on your binding. And I'll space them maybe that
Yeah.
far apart, maybe a little bit more, just depending on how I feel that day. Anyway, so you just keep going around, and I usually do. I have enough that I can do the whole quilt.
Yeah.
So I have the whole quilt done, and then I have this little pouch here. I have all my stuff. This little case here has my little needles and scissors. This is the thread I'm going to use. I just kind of, when I'm ready to do that, I just stick it in there. But there's all my clips I have purchased. We do have these in the store, as well as, yeah, there's other places you
So
can buy
something
them too,
kind of
but-
funny about the binding clips is we talked last time, we were all self-taught. And so I didn't know about binding clips.
Mm-hmm.
And Sandy, a couple years ago, made us a cute little pincushion for all the employees. And she had a couple binding clips on it. And I used them and I went, oh, I need more than 2. These are fantastic.
You know, when they first came out with these, Holly and I thought, seriously? Do we need these $30
Right.
box of binding clips?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just thought I just didn't think they were a necessity. You know, I was like, well, those
Right.
are weird when
Right.
they had first come out. And then I used them and I'm like, okay,
Oh, yeah.
I'm sold on these.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
For
love
sure.
binding clips, and I'll use them in my English paper piecing, or
Yep.
I use them in so many different
Yeah,
applications.
they hold
but-
things together.
Yeah.
I even use them when I make my bags.
Yeah.
Just like maybe to hold a zipper in place,
Right.
or a strap, or
Yeah.
something small that needs to I really don't want to
starts
put.
getting thicker.
Yeah, that you can't really put a pin through.
And
so
I
yeah,
like
so
them
that's
when
what I
you do a curved binding.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
they're really, really good with
Yes. For a
And then you're
shelf,
not
I
sticking
just-
yourself with the pin if you've ever tried to pin
Right.
binding. Ugh. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's awesome.
Yep. So anyway, so that's what. And then these cute little pouches. This is called a dumpling bag. And these are something that we are gonna make kits up for in our store. We've had them before and they went over really well. So we're gonna try it again now that I have shown everybody
Yeah.
today. So it's just something. So we'll have those, but we won't have
Yeah.
that fabric. But we
No,
will
that
have
was a cute little llama
cute
fabric.
little llama
but-
fabric we have. So
really cute.
so anyway, and then one other thing I have was that I kind of like to keep my projects in these little vinyl bags. And you can get any kind of bags. You can get clear ones. We have some that are a gingham color, gingham, things like that. So I will just when I'm done, have these ready, I just kind of stick them in here with my binding. So that's all together.
Yeah.
And then it's all, I just zip it up and I just stick it, on a bed or in my bag, so I know what my projects are as well.
All
So
together, and they come in they come in great big sizes.
Yeah.
all kinds of sizes. Yep. And then one other thing, I've kind of ventured out. I've kind of learned how to crochet. Well, I learned when I was 10, 11 years old, and just wasn't anything that I really cared to. So, I work with the youth at church. And so we decided to teach them how to crochet. So I thought, well, okay, I'll get into it. So this is a hot pad I am attempting to make. Now, you can't look at it very close because it is not very good. However, we don't have the variegated like this, but we have this chunky thread that we've got restocked back up in our store. And so these are great threads for that. So you can make hot pads. We do have tea towels in our store where we've crocheted across the bottom of them with. And so we have those in the store too. So I just wanted to show that those are back in stock, and I think I'm going to try and crochet something with those next. So.
And Lori Holt of Be in My Bonnet has great tutorials on doing the granny squares using these on her website, and so just kind
And
of
they're great colors for granny squares.
There's so many colors.
Yeah,
available.
we have a lot over there. So So anyway, I think that's all mine for this time.
Okay, well, in the last week didn't do a lot that I can share.
You were really busy.
It was crazy getting ready for Garden of Quilts.
It was really busy.
I do have something to show and I didn't finish this, but Anna did. So I designed this cross stitch, So Fun, which I taught at Garden of Quilts, and Anna finished it for me in this cute bag, and I love it.
It's really cute.
It was really
I
cute.
really love when it's for my cross stitch supplies. I love the little X's.
I know it.
Perfect for cross stitch.
Yep.
And so this pattern is available on our website. It's called So Fun as a digital download, or we have the printed patterns
And
as
that's
well.
just the cross stitch.
That's just the cross stitch. Now the bag pattern will have, and it'll be, if they go find So Fun, there will be a link. But we sold out of the kits for this at Garden of Quilts, so we are rekitting it. And when this airs, I'm hoping the patterns have come back in, but if not, they'll be in shortly. So that's for the bag. And the bag pattern is nice because it has different options for here, but it also has, they've done it with just a quilt block in this space instead of the cross stitch. So cute.
It's really cute.
Really fun bag.
And a great way to take your stuff with you when when your little handwork.
Yes.
I love a bag
And
like
Anna
that.
is good at bags.
You're crochet.
That's right. Anna's good at making bags like Shelly, so she whipped that up
bags
for
kind
me.
of scare me. I need to practice a little more. I need to get with Shelly because she's always good to help me out. But zippers, I think, are what scare me the most.
Yeah,
And but the way they do zippers now, they're not
they're
that
not
hard.
that hard. Yeah, it's
really
just
easy.
intimidating. But.
Yep, for sure.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about
Yay, what we're all so excited for.
our October Stitch a day away, or the October Stitch along. So it will be a very Halloween theme. There are monsters and trick-or-treaters and all those little motifs you think of for
Ghosts and spider webs.
There's even a
and
little
spiders.
quilt in it. So if you've done our Christmas stitch along last year, it's going to be in the same similar format where there's going to be a grid that you're going to stitch
Love
on
that
day
grid.
one. So we're going to be giving you the grid on day one. And then each of these little blocks will fill in with a new motif. So on our website, on the front page, there is a link. And if you jump to that link, it will show you the floss pack. So this is the floss pack, shows you the colors and the color numbers here, and the DMC floss is all included in that. If you want to pull from your own DMC, if you click on the picture, it'll show you this page, which has all of the colors listed, all the DMC floss that's needed. So you can pull from your stash. If you don't have stash, we've got the floss sets all available for you. Again, I mentioned the first time there will be two different fabrics that we're
Can I
offering.
just ask a question about the floss? if somebody has, because I know there's a lot of people that don't have a store close to them where they can buy floss, we do have the DMC listed individually.
We do every color individually
So
listed.
if they have some of them, they can order
Yeah.
just a few
So
that
if
they
you
might
go to our
need.
website
Right.
and you just type in the search DMC 520, it'll take you right to that
You'll get
that
that.
color of floss. So we have them all
So lots
listed
of
now.
options so you can get all the colors.
Yeah, because like last night we had someone order the fabric pack and then just like 2 of the floss that they didn't have. So absolutely.
Perfect.
Option that we have for stitching on Ada cloth or stitching on Lugana. So Pat stitched for me Ada cloth, and I can't show it to you because she stitched it for me complete.
It's done.
So I've got it all finished up. But so Pat's got that done on Ada cloth for me, my cute stitcher, and then I'm doing Lugana. So, and I just did this part of the blocks last night while I was watching TV. When we release the pattern for the grid on day 1, which is going to be October 1st, you don't have to stitch the whole grid that day, but it gives you that grid, and then you can just stitch as you go along the blocks around it. But
Now, is Lugana easier to stitch on than regular linen that you usually buy? Or
this is a little bit easier to stitch on because Lugana has very even threads,
Yeah,
whereas
it does.
linen will have some little nubs throughout and just a
Right.
little bit more uneven.
Okay.
And this is 12 and a half stitches per inch because it's a 25 count Lugana. So for learning on linen, Lugana is my favorite if you're going to learn stitching over 2. So the fabric cut is available on our website. If you don't want to do on this fabric, if you just go and click on those fabric cuts, if it's 14 count, click on that if you're going to do it on that, and it'll tell you the size fabric that we're offering. I will also put the stitch count on so that if you're doing it on 10 count or whatever, that you can.
You'll know what you need.
Yeah, you can know what you need. Also,
And these are very similar between the Lugana
They are.
and the Ada.
and it's
They are.
the same color, like it's Stormy Night,
Mhm.
but because one has different fiber content, it does
Just
dye
the
a
way
little
it
bit
looks.
different.
Yeah.
So, but they are very
But
similar.
still the same cool kind
Yeah,
of
that kind of
effect.
mottled
Right,
look.
yeah.
And if you don't like that, you turn it over,
That
and it's
and
just
nice
solid.
too. Yeah.
So, if you don't like that kind of mottled, but I think for Halloween, that's
Oh
kind of
yeah,
like
it's perfect.
fun.
And some of the stitches, the boxes I've seen, it looks really cool having that model
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
so that'll be fun.
Just a little teaser there.
It's fun to do. So I hope that everyone enjoys it. Now,
Right.
how it's going to work is every day in October, I will post on our website, and that link will be on the front page. And you'll just click on that link, and it'll take you to the patterns. So right now, it takes you to the page where it has the floss kits and the fabric selection, and then it will have each day's pattern. So day 1 will be the whole grid. Day 2 will just be a pattern for that first block here. So there are 30 blocks, 31 days in October because your first day is your grid.
Right.
So
Okay.
you'll have something fun, little thing to stitch every day. Now, if you go on Daley and pick up that that pattern, Shelly's got to get our phone. It's ringing.
We're not quite open
If
yet.
you go on Daley to download the pattern, it's free, but those patterns are only free through October 31st. Thank you, Shelly. After October 31st, those free patterns will come down, and it will be available for a purchase as the complete chart. Okay, but if you go in every day in October, you can get the little free pattern. That's what we did last December. We did
Right.
it free every day, and then January 1st, they were no longer
Disappeared.
available free, but you can purchase. So if
And
you want to do
a
last year's,
digital download
I
or
do.
a paper pattern.
uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, when I do release it as a purchase pattern, it's available as a digital download or as a paper pattern. Fat Quarter Shop, Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop will also be stitching along with me, and she'll be doing it on different fabrics, different floss. So it'll be fun to see.
Different
I will put a link
things, yes.
on the page as well on the that you click on that shows our Facebook group, because last year it was fun when we did the Christmas when we had a lot of people posting what they were doing and using a really variety of fabrics, and so it was fun to see
Right.
what everyone was doing. And
Right.
some of them were, switching up the designs.
Right.
And so that's fun to
And
see.
changing colors.
Changing
or
colors. They
doing
were
different things.
doing something a little bit different on the pattern, you know.
Some
which
people
I
even
love.
like changed the grid a little bit. And
They did.
So yeah, it's really fun to see how creative everybody is.
Yeah.
And
So lots of fun. So I hope you enjoy this project. It's going to be a lot of fun. We had a lot of people
Really
stitching that
exciting.
Christmas one last year.
yes.
So
And it was fun just to be a community
Yeah.
on the Facebook group and
Yeah.
stuff. I loved that part of
it was fun. There was a
Yeah.
lot of sharing going on and just
Yeah, and there was a little competition between me and my daughters as we were all trying to stitch it.
keep
Yes.
up with it. Yep.
Yes.
And
So, and my girls both have said they're going Ada all the way this time.
yeah.
So,
Are they?
yeah.
Yep.
But I think I'll do Lugana.
Yeah. Either way, they
Yeah.
turn out so cute because
They're
I've
cute.
seen it on Ada. Doing it on Lugana. I
It's
think it'll
cute.
be good.
Are we planning to have a Christmas stitch along this year?
So I won't be doing a daily Christmas stitch along this year, because this is my focus for 2021's free stitch along will be the October, and then next year, who knows? We'll move into some other season.
In our last video, didn't you kind of reveal you're going to do a mystery quilt
Yes.
in December?
In December, I'll be doing a mystery
That
quilt.
will be something
So.
really fun to look forward to, I think.
Yeah. But the Christmas one, they can always go on and purchase the pattern, and you could do that where, like we did last year, you could stitch one each day. It was just something fun to like have some small little project to do daily.
Yeah, no,
a lot of
I
fun.
loved it. We looked forward to it at my house, and it was just, and there was a lot of times when we just kind of gathered and would stitch, put on a good dumb Christmas movie.
You could do a Hallmark movie. And
Yeah.
yeah. So this is fun. I guess that's what I've got for Table Talk. We'll post separately
Did you
our
want to talk
video
about
on the
this?
tutorial. Oh yes. So talking about favorite things. So this is one of my favorite things that came into the store this week. This is called Hush, and it is a low volume collection of fabrics by all the Riley Blake designers.
Oh,
So it's their,
nice.
so each one is different print. It's not like the same print in a different color.
Right.
Every print is different, and it's reflects the design of the different designers. So
really nice.
love low volumes. You can never have
Someone from out
enough.
of town already ordering.
So
I did. So I do all of the emails.
Uh-huh.
And I woke up this morning to like 40 emails, and most of them were
about
Oh, wow.
ordering
Yeah.
stuff.
That is
so-
awesome.
yeah. So we'll try and keep that well stocked. We've been busy putting together floss kits and cutting fabrics. So, but we enjoy Table Talk with you and hope you join us again. So
Yeah.
next week we'll be with you again. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
See you.